We have the latest on how Tucson is caring for man's best friend.
A unique outdoors adventure is just minutes away from campus.
And find out what the commotion on the UA Mall was last week. All this and more tonight. Good evening and welcome to the late edition of Wildcast. I'm Carollann Scott.
And I'm Janice Yu. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Last week was National Animal Shelter Appreciation Week. Every year, the Humane Society of the United States takes this week to recognize and promote the efforts of animal shelters and rescue groups all across the country. Our reporter, Chelsea Wold, has information on how the Humane Society of Southern Arizona is working to save the lives of animals here in Tucson.
The best way to start the morning is with a brisk walk and relaxing bath.
Oh, you're so pretty, buddy.
For many animals at the Humane Society of Southern Arizona, that is how they start their day. Since 1944, the Humane Society has been an integral part of the Tucson community by helping animals find a place to call home.
Fostering is ideal for college students because it's temporary and it's free because we provide all of the food, supplies, and medical care, and it can be just such a huge help.
This week, the Humane Society of Southern Arizona is part of the nationwide effort to acknowledge what local animal shelters do for their communities. Without the Humane Society's ongoing efforts to rescue pets, there would be many animals wandering the streets of Tucson without a home. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has many other animals besides cats and dogs. The Humane Society offers many animal services to the Tucson community besides healthy animal adoption, like vaccinations, microchipping, and spaying and neutering. On average, the shelter takes in 10,000 animals a year. Since the Humane Society is a nonprofit organization, it relies a lot on support from the Tucson community.
Because without the support of the citizenry, there are a lot of animals that would be euthanized. There are a lot of animals that would need veterinary care that would not get veterinary care.
Support for the Humane Society can come in many forms and is not limited to donating money. The Humane Society has more than 800 active volunteers and many programs for the public to get involved in.
Volunteer to provide enrichment for our animals, walking dogs, playing with our cats, giving animals treats, giving them love and attention.
Home is where the heart is, and there are many hearts at the Humane Society of Southern Arizona waiting for someone to come and love them. Reporting from the Humane Society of Southern Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Chelsea Wold.
So the Humane Society is actually an amazing place. I got my puppy there a couple of years ago, and I was amazed at the services that they provide.
It's very interesting. I know if anybody's interested in adopting animals, they can contact the Animal Shelter of Southern Arizona.
Several large cities across the nation have banned the use of plastic bags. Tucson could soon be following in their footsteps. Tucson needs to cut the use of plastic bags in half and increase the recycling by 30% by the year 2015, or the mayor and council's plastic bag working group will consider a ban on plastic bags altogether.
There was a great turnout at the Walk to Defeat ALS this weekend at Reed Park. The 3-mile walk took place on Saturday to raise money for the ALS Association. It supported those who have ALS, also called Lou Gehrig's disease. This neurodegenerative disease has no cure and affects 5 out of every 100,000 people. Visit walkaz.als.org for more information.
Tucson is an epicenter for outdoor adventures, from historical sites to beautiful trails. There are many things to see in and around the city. Our reporter Danielle Carpenter has the details on one of Tucson's natural wonders.
Sabino Canyon is considered the oasis of the desert here in Tucson. It's located in the Coronado National Forest and is a great place for students to get outdoors and take a hike.
Peaceful, even though it's so close to the city, you can get out and just get back to nature, and it's quiet. You don't hear the cars, that type of thing. It's just really peaceful.
Sabino Canyon offers tram rides, hiking trails, and even bike trails early in the morning. Depending on the level of difficulty for each hiker, there are 3 different hiking trails to choose from: the Sabino Canyon, the Bear Canyon, and the Seven Falls Trail.
Not only a place that people love to visit just as tourists, but We have a lot of local people that come here on a daily basis to exercise. They jog or walk or bike the canyon, and so it's something for everyone.
Sabino Canyon is home to nearly 200 birds and dozens of plants and animal species.
Cats, there are, there's skunks, there's javelina, there's white-tailed deer, there's coyotes, there's all kinds of different animals. So if you're interested in science or in nature, there's truly something for everyone.
Little test or something like that, you need to get out, just to get a change of pace. This is a place to come. You're missing it if you're not coming.
Reporting from Sabino Canyon, I'm Danielle Carpenter for Wildcast.
I've heard a lot of people go up there, and it seems like a very common place to go, but I haven't been yet.
I actually just hiked Monday. We went up to Seven Falls. It was about a 4-hour hike, but it was worth it when we got to the top.
I don't know if I could handle that, but more power to you. What's your favorite part of Tucson? Tweet us at UATV3.
We'll be right back. Last week, the University of Arizona Alumni Association hosted their annual Club Olympics. This 3-day event on the mall channels the unity and school spirit of any and all UA clubs by having them participate in events such as a relay race, rock wall climbing, and finishing off with a mud tug-of-war in front of Old Main, which might explain any muddy students you saw walking around campus. The Club Olympics were a homecoming celebration, but it also gave the clubs a chance to win cash prizes. So Carollann, I heard that you participated in the Club Olympics.
I did. I represented the rodeo team with my fellow rodeo club members, and proud to say that we were the mud tug-of-war champions.
That's awesome.
So it'll be our claim to fame for the next few years. It was a slow cycle, but the U of A has gained new help for bikers, and it's bright green. Thousands of student bikers on campus and only 2 bike stands to share? That might have been the case for some until this semester. A $2,000 grant has paid for brand new green Fix-It bike stands. They can be found at the Park Student Union, Modern Languages, Harville, and the Santa Cruz and Apache dorms. The new Fix-It stands are complete with a tire pump, wrenches, screwdrivers, and a tire leveler, all for free.
The air pumps over there cost money, cost change with quarters, and most students don't really carry cash. And it's easier just to expend the effort to push the pump, and having the wrenches and tools on hand makes it much more useful anyway.
It's no secret that construction is everywhere on and around campus. A new housing development is being built, but it's not a university project. A private company called Level 1 is constructing new student housing near Speedway Boulevard and Park Avenue. The developer has been working on this project since the beginning of the school year. The completion date is still unclear. However, more information on the development and the company can be found at level1.com.
After the break, hear how Tucson handles the issue of fake IDs.
I'm Derek Williams, your former U of A Wildcat. You're watching UATV. Don't change the channel.
I'll be right there. cameraman. You're my hero.
Hello, and welcome to UA Tonight.
We are your hosts.
It's okay, you don't have to cut me off.
No way.
I'm like
Thank
literally
you so
obsessed.
much. It's all these travelers. I've never even been there.
For drunk driving after calling the cops on himself.
We thought that, you guys.
Oh my
God!
With an undefeated 5-0 outcome for the Fall Classic Tournament.
The Occupy movement is taking hold because of its strength in numbers.
Tonight is the absolute last night to ride the trolley, as it is closing for 2 years.
I'm sitting on what used to be known as Bear Down Field, which will soon be U of A's new practice field.
I'm Evan Murray, reporting from McHale Center with Wildcast.
Welcome back. In a college town, underage drinking is more than just common. But how effective are the attempts to stop fake IDs? Wildcast reporter Allie Lee has the details.
The Department of Liquor Licensing Control was recently awarded a $31,000 grant from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety to improve liquor enforcement statewide and crack down on fake IDs. The state of Arizona has a huge number of fake IDs due to the 3 universities home to Arizona.
My friend Demi actually has one, and she got caught with it, and she got taken to the police station, her and a bunch of her friends. She was the only one that wasn't 21, and she and all of her friends got kicked out of the nightclub, got taken to the police station, and they all had to stay over there overnight.
DLC officers plan on providing fake ID training to state, county, university, and local law enforcement officers, in addition to a civilian course designed for liquor licensees and their staff. Creating the training materials and offering training at no cost would be impossible without funding from this grant. To identify features of a fake ID requires hours of training because each state may have 2 or more versions of IDs. Although the main supplier of fake IDs, ID Chief, is now out of business, hundreds of thousands of fake IDs remain in circulation with access to liquor. Since July of 2011, 1,500 law enforcement officers and liquor licensees have received fake ID training, and over 1,800 criminal liquor citations have been written. Reporting from Wildcast, I'm Allie Lee.
AAA has announced November 12th through the 18th as Drowsy Driver Prevention Week. 1 in 3 drivers admitted to driving drowsy in the past month. AAA representatives stress the importance of paying attention to the road to college students. The results of dozing off while driving can be deadly. 1 in 6 fatal crashes involves a drowsy driver. AAA says the best way to avoid nodding off behind the wheel is to get lots of sleep, travel at times when you're normally awake, travel with a friend, do not rely on caffeine to keep you up, and avoid heavy foods or medications.
The number one reason for accidents happening is from distracted driving, and that can be anything from being on the cell phone, to eating, to drinking water, to having extra passengers in the car.
If you're planning to fly home for Thanksgiving, you better book your flight now if you haven't already. As the holiday approaches, the rates increase. Unfortunately, no matter how early you might have bought them, those rates are still more expensive than previous years. According to USA Today, flights are 9% more expensive for this Thanksgiving than they were last year. So the chances of getting a cheap flight are slimmer than ever.
So this is the time of year where I'm glad that my family is in Tucson and I don't have to pay for flights.
That's definitely nice. I don't have to worry about flights either. I will be driving, but hopefully anyone that is flying found a cheap flight.
As always, thanks for tuning in to the late edition of Wildcast. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu or on our YouTube channel, UATV-CH3.
And if you haven't already, be sure to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Janice and Carollann. We'll see you next week for another late edition of Wildcast.